Hey everybody, and welcome to Jack's Treasures on YouTube.
Might have been a little bit early on that one. I don't know if the counter has
Well, hey
started
everybody.
yet. Welcome to Jack's Treasures, guys. This is our ongoing series of questions and answers that people have asked us, or we've asked other people, or just shit that, you know what, we made it up. Okay, today is Monday, and it is Storage Unit Monday, and what we're doing right now is we're doing our countdown of our best units, or for Tracy and I, it's probably our favorite units.
Yes.
Okay, today we are at number 8. To recap, number 10 was our very first unit that we ever bought. Okay, had a bunch of Nike shoes in it and all kinds of other memorable stuff.
Number 9 was the infamous gold bracelet unit.
Yeah, where we got the gold bracelet for like about $4,000 on just that one gold bracelet. It was 3 units that we got in Roswell. Today, it's 1 unit.
1 unit, yes. We call this the military unit. We bought this unit in downtown Atlanta. And when I say downtown, I mean downtown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We were right in smack dab in the middle of downtown Atlanta in a building that I think used to be a hotel.
Yeah, it was a really weird situation there. It was right next to Georgia State University, or one
right
of the buildings of that, if you happen to be familiar with it. And we could look out. Number one, there were windows in the storage facility, which is very unusual, but like right outside of our unit that we bought, there's a window to look outside. We could see the kids walking to and from class. It was really interesting, neat, cool.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you want to look at it.
It was a great one, except for a couple of small things. 1, it was in downtown Atlanta. 2, it was at a very, very, very old facility. So the hallways were really super, super small. And 3, I had to rent a U-Haul.
It was a big unit.
Yeah.
And because of where it was, we did not want to go back and forth 20 times.
Yeah.
So we rented a U-Haul, and then getting the U-Haul in and out of the facility, that wound up being
that was a terror. Okay, because there was one gate. That was it. And you go into one gate, and you could go like maybe about 50 yards, and there's the door.
Yeah.
That's it. So they sold, I think, about 4 units that day. So everybody was jockeying for position to get into this, but we got the best one, in my opinion. Okay.
But yes, we call it the military unit. And why do we call it the military unit?
Well, this unit was by somebody who was in the military. This was not during COVID or anything like that. We don't know the exact story of how he lost this unit.
Because there are rules in effect for people who are active duty, that their units can't be sold without, holding on and things like that. So we don't know the details, but we do know that the person had served before. The reason we bought the unit wasn't the military gear.
No, we didn't see that.
I spied 2 things that had us looking at the unit. Do you remember what those 2 things were?
Yeah, one of them was like these DVDs that were old Marvel cartoon animated series from the 60s.
Yes. And I think didn't they turn out to be fake?
Oh yeah, they were
they were
they weren't fake. They were copies.
Yeah, they were
copies.
bootlegs.
They were bootlegs.
But the other thing I saw was a Beatles rock band in the box, and we know that the Beatles rock band in the box sells really well. It's been sold. So we get to the unit. Turns out there's a ton of rock band stuff. We got rock band stuff.
In this unit, there were shelves in the unit. So there were, as a matter of fact, we still have the shelves. We use the shelves. There were like shelves going down the middle of the unit. So there was stuff on either side of the shelves. And we couldn't see the stuff on the other side. We get into the unit, and right away on one side, and we forgot about this when we were writing our notes, is there was an entire weights system of workout bench.
Yes.
Okay. Of all of the really, really good size weights, the Olympic size weights, all of that other kind of stuff. I mean, hundreds and pounds of these things. The bars were there, the benches were there, everything was there.
The gym equipment probably paid for the unit.
Right? Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily the gym equipment did it in and of itself, because you sell that stuff by the pound. And we had weights that were $45 or 45 pounds. So.
And then there's a ton of tubs. Black tubs, black and yellows, red and yellows. I mean, the good quality tubs.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
We start going through the tubs, and we find pretty much 3 distinct types of items in there. One was anime. Oh my gosh. At the amount of anime.
DVDs, Blu-ray,
box sets.
boxes, books, everything. You know, I think as a matter of fact, we have one. I don't remember where I put it.
The box that we use sometimes.
The box that we use sometimes. There's a box that we use. It's an empty box. But we use that sucker for when we were using that thing when we were first doing our Whatnot shows. That was what we were propping the things up on. So
that was number one that was in those tubs. Number two that was in those tubs were video games. There was a lot of video games, a lot of, they were very, there's actually 4 things that are in tubs. Sorry, I got to get to this. Video games, they were very fond of the, what's it called? Like the musical games, things like that. But there were other games too, some of the like war games and stuff like that. Tons of
a lot of
games.
RPGs. Yeah. They had some RPGs in there too, if I'm not mistaken.
You want to talk about the next thing that we found in it?
The next thing that we found in this was incredible, the amount of these that we had. This is probably, if you just wanted to say pum sticks, the most air guns we have ever found in a storage unit is definitely this one. Nerf air guns. We probably found, I would venture to say, about 200 of them.
We sold some.
Big tubs,
a lot of them actually did get traded into McKay's because
they're too hard to ship.
The bulking of them, the weight, the value, it didn't quite add up. I did sell a ton of the accessories though.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I mean, I went on a spew selling like the little
cartridges and stuff like that, the magazines and stuff like that. Yeah, but that was incredible. Just the sheer amount. Aside from the fact that Tracy had a good time shooting me,
that was fun.
Yeah, she shot me all the time. Actually, just now getting rid of the last 2 pieces of that. We're taking them to McKay's and stuff like that.
And then there was the thing that we kind of ignored. This is kind of becoming a ongoing thing that we do in every storage unit is we ignore something. And this was, 3 or 4 big...
Oh, no, it was more than that.
Yeah, tons of giant Rubbermaid containers full of military gear.
Wheels.
With wheels.
And they all had writing on it. And it all said desert gear, military gear, military jackets, all of this stuff. There was at least 5 of them. And they were huge tubs.
And we put this away.
Well, we put that away at least 2 of them for sure. I sold the tubs.
You did sell
sold the tubs.
And I never sold any to begin with. And we just sort of put the stuff away. And this past year, this has been probably 2 years later, we finally dig it out of our storage. We're going to do a yard sale in Tennessee. I'm like, oh, that's great. We'll sell it at the yard sale. Yeah. Because people at yard sales like the
military
camo
gear.
And the military gear. Turns out they didn't.
No, we sold probably about maybe 3 pieces for $5 a piece.
So then I start looking at it, and I start looking it up on eBay, and I was flabbergasted. Piece after piece after piece of stuff that was $50, $80, $100, $200 for one.
It was just sitting on our shelf.
Just sitting there.
Just sitting.
And so finally this summer especially, I got to listing it. I actually listed the last of it that I know of. No, except I've still got the camo. That's what I'm listing probably tomorrow.
Yeah, the camo jeans that I was going to sell on First Class Treasure. Tracy grabbed them out of there. She stole them out of them. They're going up on eBay. But yeah, all of this stuff was premium stuff. It was all good stuff. It was all, military gear. This was a military person. Now, I will say this, okay, because I know some people, I'm a veteran. Yeah. Okay, I'm a veteran. And whenever I see stuff like that, I took all of his official military gear and I took it to a recruiting station and turned it all into that. Ribbons, like that. All of his I hope
awards. They are able to give it back to him.
Yeah.
The facility would not take the stuff, so that's really our
And we didn't see it. Yeah, we didn't see it, and we weren't going to drive downtown. Because, like I said, it was crazy just trying to.
I actually remember that facility did not want the personals, unfortunately.
Probably, yeah. Well, like I said, with the hallway, too, me trying to get the shelves out of there was a bear because we had to do that. Getting all of these tubs out of there was easier because a lot of them had wheels. So I sold the ones that had wheels. I kept 5 of them, and I I still have 4 of them. One of them I am going to be selling. But other than that, they're great. They were excellent things. And so we had all of the Nerf guns, we had all of this video game equipment, we had all of this anime, we had all of those weights that we had no idea what was in the units. We didn't even see them when we bought the unit.
And then the military gear is still literally putting money in our bank account here. What would you say that's 2-3 years ago?
Oh gosh, yeah, easily.
It was after COVID, but
yeah, I mean it was just a surprise unit all the way around. We knew what we were getting when we saw the pop culture stuff, and that's when Tracy says that. And Tracy has this little saying, and when she says that saying, I have to open up my wallet. Okay, what's that saying, Tracy?
I have a feeling.
That's right. And let me just tell you something, guys. When she says that she has a feeling about a storage unit, she has not missed once.
And I've got a little secret for you guys. Tonight is the first night that I'm going to be looking at storage units in a month. I'm officially on the hunt for the next perfect unit.
Great.
So.
I got to fill up more space.
Yes.
I got to empty out more space for her to fill it. All right. So this is unit number 8. And can you believe that? Unit number 8. All right. I think we paid like maybe $400 for the unit.
Bad.
And
we did
with
have
the rental truck
and
all of that stuff, let's just kick it up to $600 dollars. I guarantee you the weights alone paid for that. There's no absolute doubt in my mind that the weights paid for that. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a bunch of electronic equipment in there too. Some speakers, some old electronics.
I've made $600 on that unit this month, or last month in October.
So for that unit right there, we've probably have made about $5,000 to $10,000 on that unit, and that's before Tracy started using or started listing all of the military gear. Yep. So obviously that's a unit that, oh wow, okay. Yes. Now the honorable mention that we have, because we always want to throw in an honorable mention with some of these units right there, is the antique unit. Now this unit was a bear.
Now let me say that if it didn't take so much work and it cost less, this unit probably would have been on the top 10.
Well, if there were 2 of them, it would have made it on the top 10, because this one did have sister units, but we couldn't get them both. We only got one. And the one that we got was the bigger of the unit, but it had a lot more mystery in it. So we didn't know everything that was in it. The other unit was a little bit smaller, and you could see some of the stuff in it. So it went up a lot higher than the one that we got. Okay. Now this unit right here was probably the first or the second. I think it was the first unit that when we bought the unit, we were told that there was something in there that the man wanted back.
It was ashes.
He got it back. Okay. Yeah. He got that one back. He had the ashes of his wife?
I think it was a fiance or girlfriend
or something like that who had passed. And he said that it was in there and he wanted it back. I said, yeah, you got no problem with that. I'm giving that sucker back. But this unit is also known as the unit that had the absolute most Pum sticks.
And these were real ones.
Yeah.
Not Nerf.
Yeah, these were real ones. There was 27 guns in that unit. We have never had a unit that had
more than 1 or 2.
We've never had a unit that had a real gun in it, aside from like an air rifle or cartridge
game
one.
Unit did not have one single one, a handgun.
The
game old unit. Handgun.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It did. But I mean, that was it. This one had 27 rifles in it. The good thing was we had a unit, a retail unit. So we had our big warehouse unit, and right next to us was a gun seller.
Yep.
So we basically sold all of our guns to him and a couple of them to our friends.
Yep.
But that unit, oh my gosh, it was called an antique unit because the guy was an antique dealer.
And that's what we saw when we bid on it, was that we could see lots of antiques. At the time we did the antique mall, we definitely wanted stuff to fill that. And it was just a bunch of random old stuff. It was fun. It was a very fun unit.
Yeah, you know those rock tumblers? I'd never even heard of one. I'd never even seen one. I don't even know what the hell these things are. We had multiples of these rock tumblers, and those things, we sold them on Facebook Marketplace. I think that unit right there, we made more money on the Facebook Marketplace than any unit we've ever gotten.
Probably.
Because we didn't want to ship all of those things. Yeah. Because those things, average weight on them was like $40 or 40 pounds, I'm sorry, and that would have just killed us on the shipping of these things. So we decided to sell them on the marketplace. And there was one that was a heat press that you use to flatten out books and stuff like that get bent or warped, and they heat the thing down, and we had one of those.
Remember all the jewelry making supplies? Oh my gosh.
The wheels, I mean, everything was all in there. There was a lot of stuff that we did have to take to the dump because they were old units. Both of them were old units. But like I said, there were sister units, and we were only able to pull off one.
There was one other thing in there that we put aside for a long time, and we eventually sold that. Well, it's been 2 years ago that we sold them. Remember these sci-fi books? Those came from that unit.
No, I got them in there.
Well, some of them came from that
I kept
unit.
all the Star Wars ones. But the Star Wars, they didn't come from that. They came from something else.
These were the ones we sold on Whatnot a couple of years ago. The good ones, like the Ray Bradburys and Edward Rice Burroughs and things like that.
So that's our honorable mention right there. So that is number 8, guys. We are counting down to our number 1 unit. Okay, number 1 unit right now.
Tune
and you're
in
also
next week for number 7.
Turn in next week for number 7. Okay, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and let us know what you guys think is a great thing to find in a unit, or what your top 10 units would be. Okay, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that sub button, guys. By the way, we hit it, guys. We hit it. We got 1,000 subscribers. We are super excited about that. That was just a huge goal that we had to do that, and we started out this year at about 490. And we have hit 1,000. We're super excited about that. So thank you to everybody who has subscribed to us and help us out with Stop Soldier Suicide and the Naughty Cat Cafe, not a strip club. And every day, don't go a day without
petting a cat.
Peace out from Jack's Treasures.
Bye.
Bye.